need to mention, Commissioner.
The first matter, is that the one where you say 4 generals were arrested or 4 senior SAPS members were arrested? Is that the first matter?
The first matter is 1 general.
Oh, yes.
And two senior officers and a warrant, well, he was a warrant officer at that time.
Yes. And then the general, was that General Khumalo?
The first one?
Yes.
No, that was the CFO, General Lushaba.
All right, all right. And then the second matter, which one was that?
The second matter was General Khumalo, General Lekalakala, General Lushaba, General Gabela, General Madondo, Brigadier Mkhwanazi, and Brigadier Ngube. That was the second matter.
All right, thank you. Thank you. If you want to continue, you may, but you've answered me because I just wanted to understand what you are seeking to convey when you refer us to these chats.
No problem.
Thank you.
And because you've touched on it, Commissioner,
yes,
what I wanted to say is that...
And I'm not stopping you. If you want to continue, you may.
No problem, Commissioner.
Yes.
It's because I'm on that point that I know we're going to come back to those annexures.
Yes.
I'm just want to just put it in context that General Mkhwanazi was fine with the first case of General Shaba. He was fine with the second case of General Khumalo on the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
On the 28th, I was at Howick participating in a combat rifle competition, so my cell phone was on silent, it was off. During the latter part of the afternoon, this is directly after the arrest of General Khumalo,
mm-hmm.
There were 2 calls that came, 2 missed calls, with a couple of minutes in between, missed calls. So when I got hold of my phone, I saw missed calls, and I sent him a message to say that, General, apologies, I missed your call. I will contact you back.
So the missed calls were from General
The missed calls were from General Mkhwanazi.
All right.
So what happened is that I sent the message, but it only showed 1 tick, that he didn't read it. So I carried on with what I was doing, and obviously it's a long day and whatever, I didn't follow through with that. And the message wasn't read the Sunday and the Monday, and obviously with all the messages now, everything just pushes down, and all your later messages come out. So I didn't bother about it until the 6th of July, when I saw the press briefing and General Mkhwanazi giving the press briefing, and I was excited. So...
Yeah, I think yes, you are going to get there at a later stage.
I'm going to
maybe we should stop there and then you continue with, is it paragraph 24?
It would be paragraph 24, but before you get there, just an issue for clarity so that...
The time that we spent in his lounge, I'm invited to his home, not to his office the second time, to his home. So the scenario itself tells you the trust in your home, where your family is.
Mm.
So what I'm saying, the Commissioner, he was aware, he had no problems with what we were doing. And when the second arrest, or the second takedown operation on the second matter, we have several case dockets and several matters that we were busy at that stage that we're going to follow in a sequence. So the first matter commenced. There was going to be a break, a second matter would have commenced, a break, then a third matter would have commenced. When the second matter commenced, I was not involved in the arrest of the accused, but I was at the police station. I need to mention, Commissioner...
The first matter, is that the one where you say...
BP 25.
I've gone through all 7 texts. They appear to be neutral in content. You say you are traveling to Durban and that you would like to meet, and a few of the chats then mention where you are, and you inquire where his office is. It's that kind of conversation. And he, of course, is responding.
Yes.
Also in that neutral manner.
Yes.
What I'm interested in is what you are seeking to establish by providing us with these texts.
Thank you, Chair. The WhatsApp messages
Yes.
and the interactions shows the type of communication we had. The reason being is that we had communication, we have an understanding, we have a working relationship, we know each other. The communications don't come across as, like how it is now, if I can say. These were approachable conversations. During these conversations, he told me where he was. I met him. He was outside the provincial commissioner's office. He had his short pants next to his white bakkie, hands in the pocket. I had my hands in my pocket too, although he was a general, and we were chatting. We thereafter proceeded to his office where we had a conversation with regards to what I required of him. From there, at the later stage, we met again, this time at his house, where we had the same conversation. I had his affidavit. I ran him through the affidavit of the first conversation when we first met, what it's all about. The affidavit was prepared. We discussed the affidavit. The affidavit concerns a major general who's one of the suspects in my cases, and what was outlined in his affidavit. He looked at the affidavit. He confirmed the affidavit. He signed the affidavit. What's more, when you look at the WhatsApp messages, you can see the greetings. You can see the friendliness in the greetings. You know, a blessed Easter. Hi, Brian, first name. Blessed Easter to you and your family. It's not ordinarily how a senior ranking officer will address a subordinate. It'll be official, whatever. But you can see the way we are interacting and relating to each other. During the time at his house in Nhlanhla, in his home, we had a cordial chat about corruption and everything that's going. And I was always in praise of him because we had met on numerous occasions before. And in that particular meeting, Commissioner, he was aware, because I told him General Khumalo is going to be arrested. He was aware also that other generals were going to be arrested too as well. And his response to me, well, they must face their own situations. He was comfortable. There was nothing abnormal. He was not angry. And we sat in the lounge for quite some time. And then after he wished me well, everything, and I took my leave. So not very long after that, or a while later, the operation on the first matter commenced, which resulted in the arrest of 4 senior officers from crime intelligence. Everything was fine. There was no issues.
Are you perhaps suggesting that if there was anything the matter, you would have expected him to react differently to you?
Accused in the cases that I am the lead investigator will therefore be ventilated appropriately by the courts seized with hearing these matters. I was surprised when General Mkhwanazi mentioned my name in his press briefing, and again during his testimony during the commission. This is because I had prior telephonic contact with him long before his press briefing. In actual fact, Commissioner, just to pause there, when General Mkhwanazi stood on that podium at the press briefing and he spoke about corruption, I was applauding him. He is in the 44 years that I've been in the service and in law enforcement, he is one of the best that addresses corruption and crime directly. So I applauded him. Not only had I had contact with him prior to his press briefing, just to recap, sir, I had prior telephonic contact with him long before his press briefings. Not only had I had contact with him prior to his press briefings, I had the occasion to interview him. He also provided me with an affidavit in support of one of the Idac investigations related to crime intelligence investigations. I cannot disclose the details of General Mkhwanazi's affidavit, nor provide same to the Commission, as the matter is still under investigation. To substantiate my contact and communication held with Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, I attach here 2 screenshots of the messages and phone calls held with General Mkhwanazi prior to and after he provided me with the affidavit. They are marked BP 19 and BP 25.
Colonel, I've gone through all 7 texts. They appear to be neutral in content. You say you are traveling to Durban and that you would like to meet, and a few of the chats then mention where you are, and you inquire where his office is. It's that kind of conversation. And he, of course, is responding.
Yes.
Also in that neutral manner.
Yes.
What I'm interested
NPA Act and actively involved in what is known as state capture investigations. I attended several workshops on financial investigations, money laundering, tender fraud, FATF, cybercrime held by the NPA, Idac, and Association of Accredited Fraud Examiners. The ID, as a result of the NPA Amendment Act, became the Investigative Directorate Against Corruption, a permanent unit within the NPA. I was appointed to a position referred to above by the President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa on the 1st March 2022. The appointment was made in terms of Section 13(1)(b) of the National Prosecuting Authority Act. In February 2025, I was appointed permanently in the Idac as a senior criminal investigator. I deposed to this affidavit in response to a notice issued in terms of Rule 3 of the Rules of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System, arising from the allegations made public by Lt-Gen Mkhwanazi, the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal, on the 6th of July 2025. The notice requires me to deal with the following issues on which Lt-Gen Mkhwanazi testified. First, I was appointed to a senior position within Idac despite lacking the required skills, experience, and qualifications. I have used my role to influence and control investigative outcomes, court proceedings, in particular the criminal charges against Lt-Gen Khumalo and his co-accused as related to the employment of Brigadier Mkhwanazi. I deal with the issues identified above later in this affidavit. Before I do so, there are various issues I need first to deal with if my answers to the issues identified above are to be sensible. Thus, I have structured this affidavit as follows. First, I deal with the allegation that I was appointed to a senior position within Idac despite lacking the requisite skills, experience, and qualifications. Second, I use my role to influence and control investigative outcomes, court proceedings, in particular the criminal charges against Lt-Gen Khumalo and his co-accused. Third, I conclude. The appointment, skills, experience, and qualifications. I have already pointed out when I was appointed to Idac and how long I had previously been involved with investigations at the time. In what follows below, I intend to expand on these aspects. Insofar as Lt-Gen Mkhwanazi suggested that I'm not qualified for my job, I've attached Annexure Mark BP1, a copy of my certificate for a detective course that I successfully attended in 1998. For the sake of completeness, I have also attached Annexure BP2, a copy of the allocations of points awarded to me during the detective course. It is worth mentioning that I was awarded the honor of being the top student in my class upon the conclusion of the detective course. I have extensive management experience and operational experience spanning over a period of 44 years. The statement says 43. At the time it was made, it's 43. It's now 44 years of my law enforcement career. During this period, I completed various investigative courses and attended various investigative workshops on investigations. I have completed 2 investigative courses hosted by the United States of America and France. These courses enhance my operational, investigative, and management skills. The courses and workshops I attended to also included fraud, money laundering, financial investigations, a project approach to specialized investigations, crime intelligence, undercover investigative techniques, counterterrorism, and financial investigations. I have attached 2 copies of these certificates marked Annexures BP3 to BP10. Commissioner, I have a diploma in police administration. It was awarded to me in 1992. I have attached a true copy of my certificate in this regard. It is marked BP11. It remains to indicate that it is graded NQF Level 6. I also have a National Certificate in Police Administration awarded in 1985 and a National Higher Certificate Policing awarded in 1999. It is marked BP12 and BP13. Now I'm at this point. I also make available and attach the advert in response to which I was appointed. It is marked BP14. Thus, I put it up front that the allegations that I was appointed to a senior position within Idac in the circumstances where I do not have the requisite skills, experience, and qualifications is void, empty, and bereft of a factual foundation. It is baseless. Before my appointment, I have been involved in many successful criminal investigations. It is appropriate for me to mention a few. At the time of my appointment, I investigated and/or had previously been involved the Nhlanhla massacre in the year 2000, so involved that I received a commendation from the Provincial Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal. See annexure marked BP15. The Plesisla Project Task Team. During the violence in the Eatondale Plesisla area in KwaZulu-Natal, there were many people